Hello, today we are going to discuss SARS coronavirus 2 D614G mutation. Recently, we are getting a lot of flash news. The virus got mutated. The new variant is called D614G. So, some people say it's contagious, some people say it's more dangerous. This presentation will throw light on this mutation, whether the mutation is a curse or it's a blessing. We are going to analyze all the aspects. And everybody knows what is mutation. There is a change in the nucleic acid sequence, which leads to genotypic change. Finally, it leads to phenotypic change of a organism. A simple language, it may alter the behavior of the organism. So there are different type of mutations are available. Nonsense mutation, missense mutation, addition, deletion, insertion, like that. This mutation belongs to a type called missense mutation. And the mutation seen in spike protein of the virus. You know the main function of the spike protein. It helps in attachment of the virus into the AC receptors of the host cell and facilitates the entry of the virus. So that's the main function. It facilitates the entry of the virus. So we'll see the mutation. This is viral genome schematic picture, and this is called 614th place. The 614 means the position. Usually the 614 position, it has the amino acid called aspartic acid, which is coded by GAU GAC. It is denoted by alphabet called D. In this mutation, the 614th place, the aspartic acid is replaced by another amino acid called glycine. Glycine coded by GGU and GGC. That means A replaced by G. The alphabet denotes for glycine is G. So this mutation we call it as D614G. That means in the viral genome, 614th position, aspartic acid is replaced by glycine. That's the meaning of this terminology. Next is, see the picture. This D614, that was the virus, Wuhan, original virus. After mutation, it become G614. So this presentation, we are going to discuss whether it is a blessing or it is a curse. See here. G614 mutation is new one. Is it new one? Because August 18th, many newspapers claimed in Malaysia, recently they found a person traveled from India, especially Tamil Nadu, is a restaurant owner, like a lot of messages are there. Please remember, this virus is existing from February month onwards, almost 5 months before. Now, global shift, 97% of the available SARS-CoV-2 virus is the variant of this mutant. See the image. Original Wuhan D614. After mutation G614, it starts by February and almost May end it occupied. So now 97% of the available virus in the world globally, it belongs to G614, not D614. So it is not a very new virus or very new mutant, already reported. Next is the basic property. The mutant virus is more transmissible. Yes, scientists are claiming it is more transmissible, more contagious, more infectious, 10 times than the previously existing the D614. It has high tropism over the ACE receptors and high viral load found in the secretions. So it is highly contagious. It can infect many people comparing with the previous version. Number two, everybody want to know this question. Is it more deadlier? Yes or no? This mutation, previously people believed it is more danger, but now they claimed no. It is not deadlier than the D614. So mutation make the virus either more powerful or less virulent. So it makes the virus less virulent. Because of that, less number of mortalities comparing with previous one. Third question, will it affect the treatment? No, because there is no specific antiviral drug. If the specific antiviral drug is there, that time we can discuss whether the morphological change may be affect the, maybe create the drug resistance, or maybe affect the potency of the drug or anything. Nothing. Here 90% symptomatic, it won't affect the routine treatment protocols. Next is very important, wherever the mutation, there is a problem in vaccine, because we are experiencing in flu vaccine, influenza, every year we are changing the vaccine based on the available serotype which is declared by the WHO or CDC. So whether the change may affect the vaccine preparation, we are all worried. But finally, scientists gave good news. No, because the mutation occurs in the spike protein, not the critical receptor binding domain, which is immunogenic. If there is a mutation in RBD, then it's a problem. So they say there won't be any problem. We hope there won't be any problem. Next is, see the effect. This is D614, Wuhan. One person infected, he'll infect some other people. And what about the mortality? Many people died. Now it got mutated into G614. One person, comparing with D614, it infect many people. Number of people are increased. And see that death, less mortality comparing with D614. Next is it curse or blessing? I can debate in both way. Both have valid points. I'll say first it's a curse. How? It infect many people. It create panicity. Number of cases will be increased. And number two, it has high trophism and high viral load, everybody. If there is a high viral load, we should think there is lot of multiplications are there, more multiplication. If more multiplication, there is more mutation. If there is more mutation, there are more problem you're going to face. Because if the mutation is good, there won't be any problem. But if the mutation is creating some adverse event, then it's a huge problem. We cannot anticipate the course of the disease. And if further mutation is more powerful, it may be interfere with the treatment, it may interfere with the vaccine development. So number of viruses are high, may lead to more amount of mutation, possibilities of facing adverse. That's the curse. People become panic. Blessing. Currently the blessing is, even though it affects more people, it is less virulent, the mortality is less. So number of deaths are less. Number one. Number two, if more number of people infected, less mortality, there will be a high possibilities of developing herd immunity. These herd immunity may protect them directly. Sometimes cross protection also there. Even though the virus got mutated, there are possibilities of cross protections are there. That is the blessing. So blessing, now this mutation, it won't affect the vaccine development. No treatment, it affect the treatment protocol, and less mortality and more possibility to get herd immunity. So both are there. Comparing with curse, this mutation gives a lot of blessings to us. So don't worry about this mutation. So take home message number one, there is a global shift. This mutation is not a new mutation. It is already existed. 97% of the viral variants are this mutation, this variant only. Number two, it has high infectivity and low mortality. People confusing these two terminologies. So say more danger, high infectivity, more danger. No, high infectivity means it can more contagious, spread to many people, but low mortality, that we should propagate. How we are propagating it is high infectivity, otherwise people get unnecessary panic. Next is no problem with vaccine development, that's a good news. And finally, there is a ray of hope for herd immunity. Hope you people understand some aspects of current available data for this mutation. And thank you very much. For more videos, stay tuned. See you again with one more COVID video.